Warning, if you're trying to make some money, don't even think about day trading. I just saw a video of someone claiming that they were going to make you £10,000 a month if you just follow some course that they're selling. FYI, these people are making more money off of the course that you're paying for than they are day trading. There was this study that tracked 1,600 day traders for 300 days. 97% of them lost money. And worldwide, it's more like 90%. These course sellers are going to make it look like there are zero barriers to entry. You need money to start. If you want to try and get someone else to give you money, you're going to need the qualifications for them to trust you. Then you're going to need all the time in the day to watch the market, research every single thing that you're investing in. For a success rate that ranges from 3 to 10%, to spend all of your time and money in the day doing this, it's not worth it. So if you're a relatively normal person who doesn't have loads of money to stick in a hedge fund, just find some good index funds and keep it in there for the long term.
Today was one of the roughest days I've ever had. My father, he's 67 years old. He worked as a veterinarian for 40 years, loves animals, super passionate about helping animals. My great-grandfather worked for 40 years, long hours for 40 years as a veterinarian. He was just scammed out of his life savings, just under 400 grand. I can't even believe it. He was giving me a ride down the street today, and we were just chatting. He asked how I was doing. I asked how he was doing, and he kind of hesitated a little bit. Eventually, I got him to open up, kind of tell me what was stressing him out. I could tell something was stressing him out. And he said his identity had been stolen and that the IRS and the FBI were helping him to recover his identity and protect him from the downfalls of having your identity stolen. He continued to tell me that these scammers told him that the only way to protect his money, he had saved up a large retirement for himself. The only way to protect that money from these people, supposed people who had stolen his identity, were to liquidate all of his assets, buy gold bars, and hand these gold bars off to some people, some strangers who claim they're from the government, put it in a special account, and then once his identity has been protected, he'll get that money back. He did it. He emptied out his entire savings. 67, that's not the oldest person ever, but my father is tired. He's got some health issues. He is not fully capable of protecting himself, especially from online scams, things that test your mental. He's really no match for that. So he did it. He emptied out his entire life savings, just under 400 grand. He bought gold bars, and people came to his house and he handed them the gold bars, his entire savings worth of gold bars. That might have been 2 days ago now, 3 days ago. And he's just telling me now, but apparently he's been in contact with these people for 3 weeks, 3 or so weeks. I am just heartbroken for my father. We're taking steps with the FBI, with local police. I want to know, has anybody else dealt with this type of scam, with an elderly parent, with anyone? This gold bars scam. Your identity has been stolen, so you need to take everything you own, liquidate it, and turn it into gold bars and give it to us, and we'll keep it safe for you and give it back to you later. Has anybody else dealt with this? Any support would definitely be appreciated, guys. Thank you so much.
PSA, if a random man gives you a lot of money and tells you to go to Western Union and send it to some random country, 9 times out of 10, that man is going to jail, and so are you. So boom, I'm like 21 years old at this point. I'm working at T-Mobile, and right across the street from T-Mobile, it's a pizza shop owned by like some Armenian dude. And that's probably mad racist because he probably wasn't even Armenian. That's just what he looked like. So one day this Armenian dude comes into your T-Mobile store and he wants to get a business phone. So you sign him up for a business phone and you give him your card and you're like, if you need anything, just contact me. He's like, oh, I actually work right across the street. Come grab some pizza whenever you want. I'm like, oh, bet, because I've always been fat and I've always loved free food. So one day he texted me, he was like, hey, I got a couple dollars for you if you could do me a favor. And I'm like, okay, what's the favor? So he was like, I need you to grab this money, go to Western Union and send it off, and you can keep $50 and I'll give you a free pizza. For context, also the Western Union was right next door to the T-Mobile, so it was all within the same square. So I'm like, bet, all I gotta do is go drop this money off at Western Union and I can keep some money and a free box of pizza, bet. So I went over there, I grabbed the money, went to Western Union, sent it off to an unknown location. I don't know, didn't care, didn't ask. Cool. I just made me a free $50 and I got a free box of pizza. Hello? No brainer. Now, I kid you not, about a month later, it was all over the news. The owner of the pizza place right across the street from my T-Mobile got arrested for fraud and scamming. Now, in the article, it said that he got arrested because he had been running scams from his pizza shop where he would take people's cards information and drain their bank accounts. I just so happened to be lucky enough that I never gave this man any of my information. And whenever we would talk, it was about either some business or his phone. Luckily, nothing happened to me. Like, they just arrested him and his shop was obviously shut down. I don't even know if he's, like, in prison right now because I was 21, so this was, like, 7 years ago. It's like, it's been 7 years. I don't know how much time people get for, like, frauds and scamming and shit like that, but I'm pretty sure he gotta be out by now. But yeah, if a man offers you some random money to do him a favor, bitch, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying don't do it more than twice.
What the heck? Some random guy just Venmoed me $1,000. Yeah, that's a scam. Are you sure? It might just be my lucky day. No, any second now you're gonna get a message saying that it was an accident and asking for you to send it back. Yeah, I just got the message. I'll send it back, poor guy. No, do not do that, because what's happening is someone loaded a stolen credit card onto a Venmo account. And if you send that money back, you're gonna help them cash out. So at least it won't be my problem. Actually, you will, because once that credit card gets reported stolen, it's gonna be issued a chargeback. So if you send them that $1,000 back, Venmo will come after you and take $1,000 from you, meaning you just lost $1,000. Oh my gosh, what do I do then? The best thing to do is nothing. If you want, you can reach out to Venmo, but do not ever send money back to a stranger. This is happening a lot right now, so make sure you're conscious and on the lookout. They might guilt trip you into sending it back, but they'll end up taking double from you. Remember, if this happens, do nothing and do not get involved. And share this with someone who could use it and follow for more money tips.
I was scammed out of $13,000 this weekend. I was out shopping, doing the dilly-dallying at Home Goods and Michael's and Target and TJ Maxx and just trying to get stuff for Christmas and the holidays. And I get a text message from my bank saying, hey, did you just have this transaction in Home Goods? I'm like, yeah, that was me. This was the amount. Yep, was me. Right after that, I got a phone call and they were like, hey, you sent a text message in regards to this Home Goods transaction. We just want to confirm, yes, this is you. No, it was not. I'm letting them know, yeah, I responded to the text message. Yes, it was me. They said, okay, thank you so much for confirming. They said, well, what about this transaction for $3,000? I'm like, what do you mean $3,000? No, baby, I'm spending like $200, $300, not $3,000. No, that's not me. I said, okay, the $3,000 is not you. What about the $2,000? There's also one for $6,000. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm not attempting these transactions. All I'm doing are these little transactions that are at Michael's. None of them exceed $300. So no, that's not me doing these other transactions. They're like, okay, we're going to go ahead and do what we need to do in regards to your account. And I said, okay. 2 hours later, I get another phone call from my bank, which was actually my bank. And they're saying, okay, these transactions for $2,000, $3,000, not even mentioning the smaller transactions that I had just did. My actual bank said, we never called you today. We are calling you about these $1,000 transactions. We never would have called you for these other transactions. This is usual for you. They said, man, we never called you today. And they're like, okay, what did they say to you? I said, they're saying everything that people usually say. You know, can you confirm your name, your date of birth, all of the information. They knew where I was shopping. And they said this was an AI generated voice. They said this is an AI generated voice scam, and this is how they are able to get people because they sound legitimate. They sound like they are at work. They sound like they're able to assist you, but this is not what's going on. They said your entire account is drained. $13,000. This didn't happen to me this weekend, but AI voice scams are so scary and so real because you think that you're talking to a real human. You think that you're talking to a real person. Always hang up and call your bank directly. Even if that is your bank calling you and you are unsure, hang up and you call them back. They'll be able to assist you.
We just got scammed. My family got scammed out of thousands of dollars. And the last text that my dad got from the scammer is truly the most out of pocket thing I've ever heard. I fear you're gonna hear this story and you're gonna be like, red flags flying everywhere. Yes, I understand that. Okay, we're gonna let that go, and I'm just gonna tell you what happened to us. So I have a lease. My car lease is up in May, so I've been trying to figure out what I'm gonna do because I don't have a ton of like cash available, but if there's a way to get out of my lease, I would love to get out of it. So I've just been thinking about that. And then Trey just turned 16. He has his permit. He's going to get his license here in like the next couple months. Both of us are kind of looking for cars. My parents had been out of town and they're driving back, and they send Trey and I in a group chat a picture of somebody who is selling 2 cars. Okay. They're selling a truck and they're selling a Hyundai Sonata. My dad is like, these people I know are selling these cars. They have to put their uncle into a home, and so they're $3,000 each, which is insanely cheap, like too cheap, obviously a red flag. Initially I was told it was like a friend, but then I find out it's a friend of a friend. So I'm like, Dad, you know these people? And he's like, yeah, everything's good, because he did his due diligence. He texted the actual friend, because I think basically it was a Facebook post, and our actual friend we know in real life had like reposted the Facebook post. And so my dad called that guy and said, hey, can you call this person and see if it's legit, because this seems kind of like too good to be true. So that guy's like, yep, let me call them, I'll get right back to you. The guy calls my dad back a little bit later. He's like, yep, I talked to them, they say it's legit, it's all good to go. And at the same time, we're at my grandparents' house, and my grandpa is like, wait, this is a huge, great deal. Like, Naya will make it so you can get the Sonata, Trey can get the truck. And I was like, Dad, you know these people? Like, I was feeling kind of weird about it, but I was like, it's been confirmed by our friend who called the actual people who posted the account, and like, they know this person personally. And so my dad sent over the deposit for both cars. Were we too trusting? Yes, absolutely. But we make the deposit, and then a couple days later, my dad starts getting more texts about how he needs to send more money because the uncle who's in the home is like currently in the hospital. And my dad's like, we'll drive down right now and we'll buy the cars full price right now, but like, we need to see the cars. And they're like, oh, I'm out of town. Of course, my dad goes, okay, tell me the hospital you're at and I'm gonna call. And he calls the hospital. Obviously they can't give any info, but like, nobody's there. My dad apparently realizes that he got scammed. Like, when he started getting those next texts, he was like, oh, this is like not good. We were too trusting. We have made a mistake. But he was, hopeful because the friend had been like, no, this is confirmed. Turns out that friend had not actually called the person. Do you know what this person did? It's okay. No hate to them. But do you know what this person did? They messaged them on Facebook. And the Facebook person who had hacked the Facebook was like, yeah, all good. I'm talking to them. And then he tells my dad, yes, I talked to the people. Not the same thing as calling them. We had sent the money. There's really nothing that you can do to get it back. You can like file a police report, but these people are definitely just like in another country. They hacked someone's account. There's like not really anything you can do at this point. So my mom tells my dad to text them and be like, we know that you stole from us. You're a scammer, obviously. So my dad sends this text. He says, hey, we know you stole. We're a Christian family. We just wanted you to know that we forgive you. We're praying for you. Let me tell you what this scammer replied. They said, and I quote, since you forgave us, you want to send me another $1,000? The absolute nerve of these people. I cannot handle it. So we lost a bunch of money, and I still need to figure out what I'm doing with my car next month. I'll keep you posted.
So tell me why my daughter just got scammed out of $1,600. I'm not mad at her at all because this was an honest mistake. So I'm checking my accounts, and my daughter, she has a high school checking account, high school savings account, and I'm on both of these accounts. So whenever I'm in my banking app, I can see my account along with her account. I go to just look at her account or whatever, making sure she ain't balling out. As soon as I open the account, I see this $200 transaction for Target. It was $199.99 to be exact. So then I checked the next transaction. The next transaction says $199.99 Target. Girl, she had 8 $199.99 transactions hit her account. So I wait till when she wakes up and I'm like, hey Cam, I'm like, girl, you missing $1,600? And she's like, what? Like, she's obviously shocked. So I'm like, can you think of a time when your card could have been compromised? Literally a week and a half ago, she got this text message from ePass. ePass in Florida is our toll company, and so she got a text message from ePass saying, hey, you need to pay this $7 toll violation. And my daughter did express to me that she had to run a toll like maybe earlier last month because we hadn't got her ePass set up. So she thought that this was from that toll that she ran. So her just trying to be a responsible young adult, she wanted to just go ahead and just take care of it. So she clicked the link because the text message sent her a link to take care of the toll violation. And so she clicked the link, put in her card information, she pressed pay, and when it came time for her to get a confirmation, like it just was like this weird page, and her card never got charged, so she just thought it was weird, but she just never thought nothing of it. So here we are, a week and a half later. Her account is $1,600 short. I called Chase immediately, and I pretended like I was my daughter. However this person was getting her money, they was getting it via like Apple Pay. And I know banks are really, really funny about Apple Pay. Like, Apple Pay is supposed to be this secure thing. And I was explaining to the lady, like, listen, ma'am, like, I know what you see, but I am telling you that this is not me. Like, obviously, like, why would I make 8 transactions for $199.99? Not only that, these transactions have different states, like one in Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Tennessee. Like, it was like 4 different states that these transactions was being done in. And I'm like, obviously I can't be in 4 different states at one time. So it was just a little bit of back and forth there that was just a little bit frustrating, but she was doing her job, and I don't doubt that we won't get our money back. I know we are going to get our money back. But anyways, I'm just hopping on here to tell you guys, like I tell my daughter and my kids, be careful of links. Like, don't click links, especially links that says like, oh, we're trying to deliver a package to you and we can't deliver it to you because we need your address. I will keep you guys updated on these $1,600. They did say it'll take like maybe like 10 up to 10 business days for her to get it back, and when she gets it back, it's only going to be temporary because they will be doing an investigation. But I know it won't be temporary. They just gonna give us back our money. So anyways, y'all, I will talk to you later. Bye.
You'll see it all over your social media and maybe with your favorite influencer. You won't hear it from me. They're getting influencers to pitch it to you like it's this great favor that's out there for you. I just saw an example where they claimed that there was no fee, but there's a lightning fee if you want to get your advance a day early, okay? It's only $3.99, so you can get $100 a day early. So for $3.99, you borrowed $100 for 24 hours. Do you know what the interest rate is on that? Over 1,000%. If you converted that to an annualized interest rate, it's over 1,000%. And they're like, it's this minor little $3.99 lightning fee because we're going to get it to you lightning fast and expensive. In fact, a lot of these fees are like $15 for a $100 advance for a 2-week advance. A $15 fee, one-time fee for 2 weeks on $100, that's almost 400% interest annualized. That's the part that your friendly influencer isn't going to tell you about. If you can stay away from those things, obviously, if you can't, you can't. But you should know what it's costing you. It really makes me sad to see yet again, you know, the people who have to borrow $100 for a day, who are living paycheck to paycheck and are that desperate that they're willing to pay 1,000% interest to borrow $100 for a single day. You are preying on the most vulnerable people in our society to make your billions. It's sick.
Do not fall for this, and don't scroll, because I know TikTok isn't going to push this video, but if you notice that your For You page is filled with a bunch of people talking about TikTok Shop, how much money they made off of it, showing screenshots of, I made $50,000 last month on TikTok affiliates, and I'm going to show you how I made it. Those people are trying to sell you on a $500 course, and this is the same recycled scam that's happened on every single platform, but people are still new to it, okay? And a lot of the times, these people that are making these videos, they have their name as the username, and then right next to it, affiliate marketing. Let me tell you something. People that actually make money don't have to come on social media to tell you, hey, I make this much money. Let me show you how I make money. Buy my course for it. And here's the thing. A lot of these people have faceless TikTok accounts that they talk about on their pages, right? And on these faceless accounts, they're going to link you to their Pinterest or some other platform. And then on that platform, it says, here's my course that you can utilize. And I'll give you a discount on all this stuff. These people are making money on you buying the course. They're not actually making money selling products, not making money off of the views of their videos. And for the most part, these are people that don't really have much of a following. So all of these numbers are just waste. If it's like, here's a good way to say it. If it seems too easy, if it's too good to be true, it actually is. Okay? Just don't fall for that shit.
The most insane thing that I've ever experienced happened to me today at Target. If you shop at Target, please listen to this, because I almost got scammed out of $800. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet so I don't have to make 2 parts. But this lady was in the aisles while I was trying on like a bikini or something, and she asked my boyfriend if he could buy her formula, like baby formula. And he came over to me and was like, hey, this lady's asking for baby formula, like, I'm going to go help her out. And I was like, oh, I'll help her too. We walk out. This lady has an entire basket full of formula. Me and him don't have any kids or anything, so we're not really aware of the prices of formulas. It was like 5 cans, and we thought that it would be like a little pricey, but nothing crazy. So as she's telling us her little sob story, she has 3 kids, she's a single mom, she has to send her kids back to Bulgaria with her fucking mom, I don't even know. As she's saying this, she is loading up the cart with other things, and I'm trying to migrate us over to self-checkout because I'm like, okay, this is going to be a little bit pricey. So we get to self-checkout and we start scanning things. The numbers are getting pretty high, okay, and she's trying to distract me. She was like talking to me about her kids and whatever, and then she's like, oh, can I give you my phone number so that I can pay you back? I get paid on Friday. This was not the first time she offered to give me her phone number, but I was like, no, it's okay, you know, act of kindness, whatever. So she gives me her phone number. I let her do it because I see the number going up and I'm like, you know what, my birthday's coming up, I cannot afford this. She gives me her phone number and I call it, and then she was like, oh, I got it. Her phone did not light up. Her phone did not ring. There wasn't a sound. There wasn't a vibration. Nothing. That should have been a red flag to me, but I was like, oh, that was a little weird. Whatever. I look over. It's $800. $800 worth of baby stuff. So at this point, my heart is in my butthole. Like, I cannot afford to pay this much. My boyfriend is looking like he just saw a ghost. But we didn't want to seem like assholes and say, never mind, put it all back. So we paid for it. As I'm taking the receipt out of the machine, I'm like, this is a scam. This is a scam. She's going to return it all and get the money. Before I could say anything, my boyfriend had already handed her the receipt and we started walking away. And I was literally shaking, almost crying. And I was like, we just got scammed. She's going to go return all that for the money. And you could tell that he had the same realization. And we were like frantically trying to figure out what to do. And the only thing that I thought was, don't let her leave the store with that receipt because she's going to be able to return it all. So then my boyfriend went over and smooth talked, whatever, got the receipt. And she got a picture of it, but he got the receipt. And we're standing in like the little kids aisle. And we're like, what the fuck do we do? Like, do we put this as a fraudulent charge with our bank? Can we go talk to a manager? I was like, I'm just gonna go talk to the guest services people. The worst that'll happen is they'll say they can't help us. So I go over, my voice is literally shaking, like I am almost in tears, and I'm like, I think we just got scammed. I don't know if you guys can help us. What should we do? While we're at guest services, the lady is standing at the front staring at us. And then also, there's a lady right next to us at like the other guest services register. She has a cart full of baby stuff that she's returning. And they look very alike. Anyways, I explained the entire situation to this lady. The lady next to us is listening to everything. And she goes onto her phone. I'm going to have to make a part 2. I'm so sorry. But this is where it gets really good.